can type any numbers or any input. So next is we need to declare another div that will hold our keys. So the buttons from 1 to 9. So we should name this one as keys. So it's up to you guys. According to your preference, you can write any class name or you are free to do that. So just press tab, then boom, our div has the class name already. So next is we need to write a lot of buttons. So should type button, then tab, then I will just copy this one, guys. So I think we need 11 buttons or higher. So um uh, um I think that's enough. So first is the class. So um operator button. So again, guys, you can name this one according to your preference. So first operator that we need to write is the class button. So the next one is the number. So we start from 7 to 9. So 9. So the next one, we need again to declare a class name here to access this button specifically. Then first, I second is the hyphen or minus operator. Then next is 4, 4 to 6, 4, 5, 6. So this one again, we will just gonna copy this one. Then next thing, next operator that we need to write is the multiplication, which is asterisk. Next, the 1 to 3 button, 1, 2, then 3. Then lastly, we will gonna write the class name for our division operator. The next is the 0 button. Oh, my keyboard is broken right now. Shit. 0. Then next is um the dot button, a dot or the dot. The next is the equals button. This button will give me a trigger the calculation for our calculator. Then lastly is the clear button. So we will gonna clear the display from our input. Let's copy this one, then let's paste this. So let's change this one to C or clear, but we will gonna put C here. So the second thing that we need to do is we will gonna style the HTML structure or our HTML design or our HTML code. So again, click this icon, then this time we're gonna name this style sheet or style, then with the extension of CSS. Yeah. Click this one, then yes. So first we need to access the body, then set the margin to 0 to reset the margin. The next, we're gonna pick a color, the good color here. So, um, so we should display this one as flex, and I justify content in center, as well as align the items to the center. We're gonna align our items to center. Then height 100 weight. Then next is the background color. Background color is shell, which is stands for full saturation and lightness. So as you can see in the screen, that's the meaning of that. Then next is set this one to 0. The saturation should be 0%. And next one is the lightness. So 50% or 95%. So next is the calculator. So as you can see guys, our calculator was declared in class. So the syntax for that is first you need to put that, then the class name. Then we should design our calculator. So first we need to I declare the font family or the font. So Arial. So we were gonna use that one. Then next is the background color. Let's try this one. Mm, again, the saturation. So 0%, again 0, then 0%. 0%, then the lightness should be 15%. You can customize this one, guys, according to your preference again. You can pick any color. You can do anything here. So next one, so we were gonna set a border radius for our div calculator. So I think 20 px is enough to have a rounded corners. The next one is the max width of our calculator div. So 500 pixels. So let's adjust that one later. So max width of then the overflow. So we're gonna hide the overflow of the calculator button. So next we need to um call the ID of the input or the display input that we declared earlier. So here is the ID. So when accessing ID, guys, you need to declare a hashtag then in the display name, the name of the ID. So we will gonna have the 100% width of that one. The next is the padding of this one. I will gonna set this one to 20 px. The next is the font size. Font size, we're gonna set this one to bold. Font size, I vibrant. And next is the font weight to the weight of our font. So I think bold is enough. Then next, we will gonna start typing to the left. So left. I mean we were gonna start displaying the output to the left. Then next. Here is the we need to use option. It is optional, guys. So you can set the border to none. To I have a borderless text box. The next is the background color. So I will just gonna copy this one, then paste. You will gonna adjust the lightness, just the lightness. Then next is the keys. So we will gonna access this class. So, but again, guys, in accessing a class, you need the that, then class name. So, we need to set the display of this one to grid. We will gonna use the grid system of CSS. Then next one is the grid template. So columns, then repeat, then for 1FR. So 1FR. I forgot the acronym of this FR. Then the gap between the buttons, we need to adjust this one to 3px. You can set this one higher or lower. It's up to you guys. And next is the padding between the text inside the button. So the button, if I'm not mistaken, the padding. So we were gonna set this one to 25 pixels. Then next guys, is um the buttons. We will gonna access the buttons. So here we will gonna access the element name, so the button. So we're gonna have a 100% width, just like the text box, and the height of 100 pixels. So px 100 px. Then the border radius of 50 px, or you can set this one to 50% to have a rounded corners. So 50 px. Uh, uh, the next is we need to set the button to border none. Again, we have a border less button. So next is we will gonna I have here the background color of the button. So um and the color as the font color as well as the font size. So I will just gonna paste it here, guys. Okay, then last thing is the font weight. The font weight. So bold again, just like the display. The next one is the parser. So we will gonna set this one to pointer. So when we gonna hover this button, we will gonna see a hand icon. So let's set this one to pointer. So again, I have here the what do we call this one? A design for my for the buttons. So I will just gonna paste it here below. So this is the button. So we will gonna hover the button, we will gonna have this background color, and then if active, we will gonna have this background color, and then this operator button, we will gonna have this one. So we will gonna style the buttons that has a class like this one. So index this one. So buttons B. So the buttons that will have a yellow color should be the operators. So from plus to division. So let's run this one, guys, in our live server. Then okay, I display it in my another screen. So guys, another window. So I will gonna here. This is our basic design. We did not link the CSS yet, so that's why our HTML looks so messy this time. So let's link the CSS, guys. So I think I have some errors here. That's why our output is so messy. So here button operator button. Let's gonna double check this one. So operator bot. Okay, next one is the button, operator button. That's correct. Class name should have a dot. And the next one is the display should have a ID of display, as well as the calculator should have a dot and top. So let's change this one. I think let's try to change this one to ID. think guys I have an error here in my in the body of this one. Let's mhm. um ah, oh, anything ID here. Display our calculator ID and that's the operator button. So I think that's good guys. So we're gonna this one. Next is we need to add a functionality. So we're gonna have a um JavaScript. I can name this one. Wait, I should name this one as calculator JS or something. So we'll just so functionality uh, calculator that JS. So next is the first we need to declare a constant display variable. Then document that element by ID. I misspelled. Get element by ID. So we're gonna uh, get a display ID from our HTML. So the semicolon here. So as you can see, guys, we have a display here. This we just access the ID of this input. So the next is we need to create. So when creating a function in JavaScript, will you'll just simply write the function and then append. I will gonna name this one append to display or something according to your preference. Doesn't matter. So display. So we're gonna have a parameter which is input. So it will gonna expect a string or a value from our input. So we're gonna call this constant variable to display that value um value and then plus or equals to input. Okay, my keyboard is broken. Then the input. So here, whatever we type in those buttons, the value of that one we will gonna add to the input. So next thing is we need to declare a function here. I will gonna call this one to clear text box. Clear text box. And then yes, then again we're gonna call the display variable which is constant. Then the value of this one we will just simply clear the text box. So we will gonna put here an empty string or a double quotation mark. The next is the um function that will gonna calculate our inputs. So function calculate here. Uh, then next is um we will gonna have a try and catch. So if there is something wrong with our code, the catch syntax will gonna catch the simply just catch the errors. So just like with this with C sharp or another programming language, we have the try and catch syntax. So we will gonna have the error. Sorry, here. It should be error catch, and then this one is error. Ah, my bad. Then next is again we're gonna call the display function that value and then eval display value. So it will gonna eval then display value. So in here, so here we will gonna add some codes in our buttons. So first um in our button 7, we're gonna simply just type on click, and then we will gonna call the function. So before that, guys, I forgot, we will gonna link first the JS file that we've created. So you just simply type script, then src if I'm not mistaken, then calculator JS. So oops. So this one. So if you are going to click this one, will gonna redirect to the JS file that we created. So here, so I append on click append to display. It's equals to append to display. This one. So as I said as earlier, we will gonna have a parameter that will gonna pass the value of this one. So since the button is 7, the value of this one should be 7. 7. Then next is the for 8. So we will just gonna copy again and again this one. We'll just let's just change the parameter value. So 8. The next is the for button as well as the 5, 6. So 4, the parameter should be 4, and then 5, then 6, then guys, I will just gonna repeat the codes. The next is the 0, which is 0. So all of this button we will gonna on click, then copy this one, then that or this decimal, then this one plus button. The next is the same C. I think C is not we should not call the append to display because it will just gonna clear the inputs in our display text box. So on click, now clear. We just copy this one. Clear text box. Here. then it will gonna expect a function that will trigger the the function. So next is the calculate. We have here the calculate. In our JavaScript, we have the calculate function. So the next thing, oh, I forgot to pass the operators. So here in our plus button, again, we need the on click as well as the sign. So append this one. Okay. 0 and then operator button. So the C should have also a class, then operator button. That's okay. Open again the okay, as you can see guys, we will have the C. Okay, we clearly was one. So plus so guys, that's the result. That's the output of our calculator. The design is not perfect yet. It's just for demo purposes. So clear. Let's try to add 1 to 0. 1, I think. 1. Okay. So clear. So that's plus minus 4. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Okay.